Welcome to another edition of Get to Know Your Warrior football program for the 2015 season. I'm Sports Information Director Jeff Weiss and joined today by D-line coach and recruiting coordinator Scott Kazmierski. Scott, this year, looking down the D-line, it looks like there's going to be competition and a lot of depth at all the spots. Let's start at nose tackle, where you've got Rafat, El Haji, Dalton Bukowski, Blake Mazer, Lamont Baker. You've got four guys, three of which have seen some significant playing time this year. What do you expect from inside at the nose tackle?
We feel really good about, obviously, like you said, the depth and where we're at. I think the thing it adds to, outside of those guys having a lot of experience, it gives you an opportunity to rest guys and keep them fresh throughout the game. So we feel really good about that position, feel really good where we're at. Again, those guys have all played. They've spent a lot of time on the field. They know what to expect, and so we're looking for a good group inside there.
Defensive tackle is no different. You've got Derek Rogers, Jate Littlejohn, Alex Menbach, who can also play some outside or has played. I mean, there again, you've got three veteran guys at the defensive tackle spot. Again,
a lot of experience, guys that are extremely athletic and can add that dimension for you in there to be able to move around and be active. And so we're excited about that. And again, it's a situation where you can roll guys through and keep them fresh. And throughout the course of the game, it's important. We got to keep those guys fresh, and so we'll be able to do that. A lot of competition, which is great too.
Speaking of keeping guys fresh, at one point last year, a redshirt freshman then, Jake Carrizales, was leading the GLIAC in sacks, and he had never started a game. But obviously coming in at the right time and making the plays from being put in the right position. You see him at one defensive end, and maybe a Derek Coleman who's come along, you said, at the backing him up?
Yep, we've got, again, another great dynamic there with guys that have played, guys that are younger, that are athletic, that we feel really good about going into this year. Jake had a tremendous year last year, really made a name for himself and has continued to improve and gotten better throughout each week. So we're excited about him and Derek and Sean Butler on the other side there, and just his emotion, the way he plays the game of football. We feel very good about where we're at with that position.
Another young gentleman, Adam Williams, had a red shirt last year after transferring here. And then Colby Nance was one guy that you were very high on last year as backup defensive ends this year, so more depth that you can rotate in.
Yep, it's going to be, again, a situation of keeping guys fresh. At that end position, it's probably one of the more athletic positions we've had from that position standpoint in the last couple of years. So, we've got guys that can move and get up the field, good pass rushers, but guys that can hold the point as well and run situations. So, again, it's another group that we feel very positive about.
Sounds like there's going to be some competition when you've got 12 guys all there, and I think you probably only take, 10 or 11 on a road trip and stuff?
Yep, it's a good situation to have. We're fortunate to have that and being able to compete every day for a spot, and those guys knowing that practice is where they're going to figure out whether they're going to be there on the bus or not. So we're excited about it.
Just wondering if there's any correlation to you being the recruiting coordinator and recruiting 6 defensive linemen last year.
I'm sure Coach would tell you there is, and we're fortunate because obviously that's a big position. We understand how important the defensive line is. I'm sure he would say there's a little bit there though too. So. And
some of those guys, you've got Jake Carrizales. I don't know if you call Caleb a little brother, but younger brother at least coming in. Justin Hollins, Taroka Battle. Jalen Lewis, Brady Beaton, and John Curry. So you've got a pretty good group. I assume with the depth that you already have, you're going to try to redshirt those guys and let them develop in the weight room?
Yep, for the most part, that's where we're at, and that's what we try to do. There's always surprises here and there that could happen, but for the most part, most of those guys should be redshirted. It's probably the most, everybody every year you say you've got the most talented group coming in, but this group is extremely talented from these guys that will be coming in. We're extremely excited about their potential and their future. It's a great group that's coming in in terms of freshmen.
Sounds great. Well, thanks again for watching this edition of Get to Know Your Warrior football program, and stay tuned for other position previews.